Trigger warning. This next post has 3 different stories, and they're very sensitive. There is femicide and violence against women. So just keep that in mind. This next video is quite challenging. So just 3 weeks ago, this woman had a big announcement. This lady, Winnie, she made a big announcement that she had gotten her dream job. She says, "For years, I've been trying to make it back home to the best city in the Midwest. God has a way of bringing things full circle. My childhood dream has come true. As of December 2024, I will be a full-time reporter at WGN." And now, today, she's dead. TV reporter who just accepted her dream job is found pew-pewed on Ohio sidewalk. The Lakewood Police Department said a 911 caller reported shortly before 8 a.m. on Monday, October 7th, that a man and a woman were arguing. As officers began responding to the scene, multiple callers said they heard pew-pew shots. The man was found dead at the scene, and a woman was found with at least one pew-pew wound, police said. She was taken to a hospital with serious injuries. The female victim was identified as Winnie Dorch, a reporter for WOIO TV in Cleveland. The 19 News staff is heartbroken for Winnie and her family. We are wishing her a quick and full recovery. WOIO called the shooting an apparent domestic incident. Lakeland police have not publicly identified the man who reportedly took himself out. Winnie Dorch was a mother of 1, and she was taken out in a domestic incident. Now we're moving over to Turkey, where last week a man took out 2 young ladies, and then took himself out. And now women over in Turkey are protesting the high rates of femicide in Turkey. In response to the call of feminist organizations, women across Turkey took to the streets following the brutal unaliving of 2 19-year-old women by a man in Istanbul. The protests highlighted the growing frustration over the authorities' inaction in addressing the increasing threat of femicides in the country. A 19-year-old named Samay Selek unalived 2 female classmates in broad daylight in Turkey, and then he took himself out. They were, like I said, this is a challenging story. He cut these ladies up. He unalived these 2 beautiful souls in less than 30 minutes, and no one came to help. This is the plight of Turkish women. It is revealed that Samay had serious psychiatric disorders and had been hospitalized 5 times at various hospitals, but that's no excuse to commit a crime. I am going to be real with y'all. This story and these details are so gruesome. It is literally like a horror movie. So I'm not going to read this story. But if you want to look it up, you can see all of the things. Like, I don't think that we need all of the gory details of what he did to these women to get the point of why the feminists are protesting in Turkey right now. So it says the We Will Stop the Femicide platform on October 5th organized a demonstration for Iqbal Uzuner and Asagul Halal, the 2 ladies that were taken out by that man. The ruling Justice and Development Party in AKB has been known for its inaction in addressing the increasing threat of femicides in the country, while also attacking the existing prevention mechanisms such as withdrawal from the Istanbul Convention. Hundreds of women participated in the Istanbul protests, which was supported by the main opposition Republican People's Party, Pro-Kurdish People's Equality and Democracy Party, and many non-governmental organizations. What women need is equality, not family, it was said during the protest, which also emphasized that historical city walls will now be remembered with the unaliving of women. Now, because of the brutality, it looks like police are being reactionary. So this is another article. It says, Turkish police to monitor incel groups after brutal femicides. Turkish police started monitoring incel groups after finding out that Samay Selek, who brutally took out the 2 women and then died by self-deletion, was in contact with people who call themselves incels. Some young men who considered themselves unable to attract women identify as incels. showing hostility towards women and men who are sexually active. These people are becoming more and more brutal as women pull away. And so women really, really need to know and understand what is going on globally, because this is a global situation as far as femicide goes. We have seen way too many stories. Each time I open up my social media app, there is something. So now we move to China, where this man was able to basically abuse his wife in public in a courtroom because she was seeking to divorce him and he didn't want to. And he had to take her kicking and screaming out of the courtroom. This is titled China Husband Accused of Abuse Flees Courtroom with Wife on His Back, Refusing to Divorce. A court in southwest China refused a divorce request even though the husband has been accused of DV and had carried his wife out of the courtroom during the proceedings. The wife, surnamed Chen from Sichuan province, had been married to her husband Li for 20 years. According to the Shanghai Morning Post, the couple had 2 sons and a daughter. Recently, Chen filed for divorce, citing DV as the reason, claiming the relationship had completely broken down. Chen said that Li had become violent with her when he was intoxicated. However, the court did not grant the divorce because they claimed that the couple still had a deep emotional bond and suggested that reconciliation was still possible. They were also swayed by the fact that Li did not want to get divorced. So because he did not want to get divorced, that means that she is ordered to stay with him. Dissatisfied with the ruling, Chen appealed the case. During the second trial, Li became emotionally unstable, lifted Chen off the floor, and ran out of the courtroom while carrying her on his back. Chen began to scream out of fear while she was being carried away. Courtroom bailiffs quickly intervened and reprimanded Li. On September 12th, Li wrote a letter of apology acknowledging his excessive actions and promising not to repeat such behavior. In my emotional agitation, I mistakenly thought I was about to divorce the appellant, so I carried her out of the courtroom, ignoring the instructions of the judge and the court officers who tried to stop my extreme actions. I now realize the seriousness of my mistake and its negative impact. I guarantee that I will never repeat this mistake in the future. Ultimately, under court mediation, the couple did not divorce. Chen agreed to give Li another chance to rebuild their marriage. In China, 30% of married women reported to have experienced DV. 30% reported. So I wonder how many women have not reported. All right, listen to this part. Additionally, 60% of women who unalive themselves each year do so because of DV, according to the All China Women's Federation. Please know and understand why birth rates across the globe are plummeting to hell, while marriage rates are plummeting. All of this goes together. All of this violence against women that is not being stopped. This is the type of these are the type of people that these XYs are becoming, and women are not safe. If these women, like, this is a global situation. I talk about this stuff on a global scale so women can know and understand it's not just within their bubble, their homogenous bubble. It is all over the place. Women are facing these situations in America, in Turkey, obviously China, in South Korea. Women are experiencing this all over the globe. And that's the reason why birth rates need to plummet. Women need to understand where their threats are coming from so that they are not, so they keep their head on a swivel, so they take measures to protect themselves. Because this is not changing. This is only going to get worse. This is only going to get worse. I know this was a challenging story. I know. I know that this video was a hard one. Reading some of these details, it is heart-wrenching. It's gut-wrenching what these families have to deal with because of these unhinged XYs. Y'all join the conversation. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.